Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke.
REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams, from nightmares to the just plain bizarre. Join us as we give our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week, we're sharing a dream from Naomi that has to do with Zak Bagans, weird baby rituals, and demon attachments. Ugh.
Oh, no thank you. And we've got great catnaps as usual this week. Ooh, though, about limbs being chopped off. Cool, clean cars with knives. Cops throwing snakes into your car. And eye infections and skin decay. Your average. Just your average day.
No, thank you.
And you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to be talking about alien abductions or lucid dreaming. Which is it?
Ooh, I want to believe. All right, Bestie, grab your Mulder and Scully and let's get started.
Woo! Howdy, hi.
Hey, it's not like I didn't just see your face.
But you get to see more of it.
Bestie, we are recording 2 episodes tonight. So last week and this week were recorded because I'm out of town, and so we're getting some shit done.
Yay.
I did get my plants watered.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Mindy had to take a break to water her plants.
We did have to take a break between the 2 recordings to water my tomato plants. They're looking good.
Good.
The
I'm going
lettuce-
to take some from you then.
The lettuce is a little iffy. It isn't coming great. Cucumbers looking good as well.
Cucumbers are my favorite.
Oh, good.
Just so you know.
Okay, well, come on over.
And my dad's very mad because the woodchucks ate all his cherry tomatoes.
No. That sweet mama woodchuck?
I call her Honey.
Well, that's a good name.
Well, because my mom says you always go, "Hi, Honey," when you see her.
She's got her. I love it. You named your
haven't
parents'
seen the-
pet chipmunk or woodchuck.
I haven't seen the babies yet, though, and I still want to see those babies.
Well, they're going to come out, I'm sure.
I know.
Maybe when you're out there picking tomatoes.
Maybe, except for they ate them all, and he's...
Who knew that woodchucks liked cherry tomatoes that much? I mean, I do too.
And, well, I mean, they ate the actual plant out of the ground.
Oh, yeah, that always
Not
sucks.
just like the tomatoes,
Yeah.
and they ate a lot of their flowers. So my dad's upset.
Well, what
I'm
are you
like,
going to do about
leave
nature?
I'm like, you leave that mama alone. She's just trying to take care of her babies.
That's right. Be careful. Be careful. Well, I'm going to take care of our bestie tonight with a dream.
Yes,
A dream.
please.
And this dream comes from Naomi, and she's from Chicago.
I love that name.
I do too. I love it, Naomi. I like this one. Okay. She begins. For context, I'm a lucid dreamer.
Okay.
I've also had dreams that I have predicted my parents' divorce and my best friend raising a baby that wasn't her own.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah. Yes, I know it's very odd, but dreams usually mean something to me. I'd say so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We agree.
Last night, I had a dream that I was in my tiny high school that was in a rural town.
Okay.
As I was about to leave, I recognized Zak Bagans walking into the front office.
OMG.
I'm taking it you know who Zak Bagans is, Brooke.
Ghost Adventures. I love Ghost Adventures. Although Zak
classic.
Bagans drives me absolutely nuts, but he has done a lot actually in the field. And
Okay, yeah.
people give him shit how he does it, but he really has become kind
passion?
of the face of ghost hunting.
Yes, I agree. So, yeah, Bestie, if you don't know who Zak Bagans is, paranormal investigator, I would say, that has Ghost Adventures as his show. It's on like the Discovery Plus.
It's been on forever.
Travel Channel.
I just listened to a podcast, not about him in particular, but a certain case that he went, and there's this home in Indiana it was called like the haunted something, whatever. He bought it, but then he had so much residual stuff. Like he still has problems with his eyesight. Like something went home with him from that site, and like he's had mental and physical ailments since then. And
I agree. He's kind of he's a polarizing person as far as like people believe him or don't believe him, or he's over-exaggerating. He's a character for sure.
He is. He's very animated.
Yes. I bet he has a passion for it. Yeah,
Yes,
you can't
absolutely.
deny that. Okay.
Right.
So, back to Naomi's dream.
Sorry.
She was in her tiny high school, and it was about to leave when she recognized Zak Bagans walking into the front office.
Okay.
I said hello to Zak and asked what he was doing in my tiny town, and he said he was there to do an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I asked if he wanted some help since I know the area, and he said yes.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
I'd be like, I'm nervous but excited at the same time.
I'm totally in.
Yeah.
There's a gym in my high school that's about 80 years old, so we started there.
Sure. I know all around this town. Let me start with the high school gym.
Smells like sweat, teenage angst, and creepy gym teachers.
Ew.
But let's go. Yeah.
That might be his cup of tea.
It might be. We found a tiny room that
Everything's tiny. A tiny
You're
town,
right.
a tiny high school, a tiny room.
Okay. Well, we found a tiny room that had a bunch of old crates and a small piano.
Oh,
Something
no.
felt off about the piano, and I noticed that the bottom of the piano slid out a bit. I pulled on the drawer, and there was a small baby that looked to be burned on a bed of hay
What?
with some herbs and candles around it.
Like dinner?
Like a sacrifice?
Herbs? Like seasonings?
I'm thinking more like paranormal. I'm with Zak Bagans,
like
Brooke.
like sage. And
Yes, I'm thinking more, not like a rotisserie baby.
okay, I
weirdo.
was like, is this, well, it was like on a bed of hay.
I turned to look at Zak, and he said we needed to leave right then, or something really bad was going to happen.
I would trust him.
Yeah. So we left, and we went to another place called Ground Zero.
Not good.
It was a small clearing in the middle of the woods where people were known to be influenced by the spirits and demons there. A few minutes after we arrived, Zak Bagans started to act different.
I've seen this happen on the show. Like
Yes.
where something like goes through him or something touches him and like everything, like sometimes he has to like step out because like he's not feeling well or he's not feeling right.
I mean, I want to go into a woods called Ground Zero.
No.
I think
that's not good in any situation.
I'm saying I wouldn't, but I honestly would.
I know I would too.
Like, I feel like so strongly about rodents and spiders and snakes where I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I would do this. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, okay.
No cap.
Okay.
So Zak Bagans is acting different. It started to lightly snow, and then he went crazy, screaming at me and the spirits that were there. I was yelling at him for about 20 minutes to get in the car. Zak! Mr. Bagans! Get in the fucking car! How would that go down?
Mr. Bagans.
Which we have to hashtag. I mean, this is...
Zak. We have to hashtag Zak.
Hashtag.
Already.
What
does
Zak
Zak
Bagans
dream?
And get in the fucking car.
And get in the fucking car. But I like that you spell your name Z-A-C. So
I know,
that's
it's
good.
a little fun. It's fun.
I like
And Naomi did spell it correctly.
Oh, good for her. I love that.
Must be a fan. Zak finally gets in the car. Once we are far enough away that the spirit couldn't affect him anymore, he calmed down. On the way back to town, he barely had anything to say due to his shock from the day.
Oh,
Then,
boy.
it seemed that the dream ended and another dream began. Then in this dream, right after I was driving back to the school, I had to pick up my siblings, which I don't have in real life.
Okay.
Rando siblings.
Rando siblings.
And I was telling my mom about my previous dream with Zak. We were both saying how crazy it was and how it must be something really important that my subconscious needs to know. What? Burn baby sacrifice? Experienced ghost hunter getting possessed and I'm the only one to save him? A super important dream? Normally, if I dream something and remember it, it's important. But the fact that I say it's important in one of my dreams is kind of making me feel it's super important. What are
that's
your
like
thoughts?
double importance.
Right?
That's like importance squared.
When you dream it's important on top of it being important. Okay.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
attention. And that's all Naomi wrote. Just
Naomi,
interesting dream
thank you.
of Zak Bagans.
Thank you for submitting that dream, Naomi. You know, it's a great way to support the show. You can submit your dream stories at REMelations.com/support. Check out our sleepover squad. You're going to want to join that immediately. It's
right
fantastic.
now. We're
Right
fabulous.
Now, stop, pause. And I hope you're now a member.
Because you know what's so cool about our sleepover squad is things that don't make our actual episode are, we call them midnight snacks.
Midnight snacks. It's kind of
And
like a
they're in
blooper
the
reel.
sleepover squad. Look at bloopers, fun.
They're not
little,
even. It's just all fun little things.
This podcast would be 2 hours long if we didn't cut stuff. So you can
Gosh, you guys, there's so much additional fun footage. You get to see us. It's video footage too.
Brooke's cat plays fetch. I mean, who doesn't want to see that?
I'm going to get that up there as soon as I get a video of him. Yep. He's crazy. And also, don't forget to check out our merch. It's hot. It's awesome. And you're going to want it. Promise.
Especially the one that says, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Don't like it. But I love our merch. So go to REMelations.com/support. And thank you, as always, for supporting the show any way you can.
All right, let's dive in to Naomi's dream here. And I picked this because I do love Ghost Adventures. I do hate Zak Bagans.
Yeah.
I mean, is a guy you love to hate. You really do.
You do.
But
he's very annoying, but passionate. And that is endearing. Like, there's something captivating about that. And
I would love to meet him in real life.
Yeah.
And we did hashtag him. So Mr. Bagans, don't forget. Because I think
us.
Someone who is so sensitive to paranormal activity could be very interesting in sharing what they dream.
I would love to know.
Seriously.
And if he dreams lucidly, if his dreams ever come true, I
feel a lot of like sleep paralysis in his dreams.
Oh, God, yes.
I can feel like demons, especially those things that attach, you know?
Yeah, and he gets them because he goes balls to the wall, people. He confronts them. He's not like ginger. He doesn't go about this gingerly. He's screaming at the demons, taunting the demons. Like,
oh yeah, he's not pussyfooting around it.
No
Pussyfooting.
No pussyfooting for Zak.
Well, how is that even a term? I don't even know. But
pussyfooting. What?
Pussyfooting. You know, my next podcast is going to be
maybe because cats are so light on their feet.
That would make sense. My next podcast, if I ever do another podcast, I'm going to do a solo podcast that's called "Why Do We Say That?"
Rude! You're already planning on going solo? News to me.
No.
Jesus Christ.
We haven't hit it big with this podcast, Brooke. I don't have time. But it would be called "Why Do We Say That?" And it's just going through weird sayings
and the meanings behind them.
Pussyfooting. Why do we say that? Why do we say "Good night, sleep tight"? Why do we say "That's calling the kettle black"? Like what? Like why are all those things a saying? There's hundreds of them. TM. Don't steal my idea for my solo podcast, even though Brooke is mad.
I'm going to TM that right now.
No.
You're never going to get your hands on it.
I sent myself a letter in the mail and it's
Okay,
stamped.
it's sealed.
It's sealed and stamped. You can't take it. Okay.
Right.
Yep, that's right. I'm going to sue you.
I should have never taught you that trick.
When this all breaks down, when Brooke and I hit our major fight 2.0, because our first one was when we were in high school. 2.0
it happens
Brooke and
every
Mindy
30 years.
Okay, so
every...
we got a few years. It's going to be over this.
It's the band breaking up.
So Zak Bagans, like I said, we know who he is. Paranormal investigator, Ghost Adventures. He has a haunted museum. Did you know that?
Yes, in Vegas.
Yes, if we ever go. I love Vegas and I love haunted things. I want to
And
go
he's from, that's where they're from, Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see Vegas being a very haunted-y place, but
I think it's just because that's where they're from and they just set up a museum there. But yeah, I'd go for sure.
He needs to come to Dubuque, Iowa.
Oh my God, we could give him a tour.
Or Galena. Galena, I think, is very haunted.
Galena. We'll have him stay at the Redstone.
Yes, and then we're going to go check everything out.
Yes. We're going to take him in.
It's for sale.
attic.
Actually, maybe Zak
it is for
Bagans
sale.
could buy the Redstone because it's for sale.
Well, he did buy that house in Gary. It was either in Gary or Indianapolis. I can't remember. I think it was Gary, that house that was like super haunted. He bought it. Maybe he'll buy the Redstone.
I think we need to send him a letter.
Yeah.
Oh, an actual letter, though, because why did I say letter? We're going to write him in an envelope.
I want a handwritten note.
With stamps
Mr.
and everything.
Bagans.
Mr. Bagans. Tell us what your dreams.
Stamps. We're going to need
Buy
those.
our old haunted 15-year-old first job haunted mansion and let us know what you dream. By the way, total random. I got distracted. Mark's outside checking out our garden.
I was like, what are you looking at?
And he's shirtless. So I'm kind of like, hello.
Oh, are you getting like hot and bothered?
A little bit.
Why don't you flash him real quick?
The sleepover squad patrons don't pay that much, Brooke.
No, you don't have to show us. Just like, go to the window a little bit and...
Yeah. Well, I don't know where he went. Maybe he's checking out the raspberry bush next. I don't know. I was distracted. Anyways, distracted by my own husband.
That's good that you're attracted to your own husband.
I said distracted and I guess distracted and attracted.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's good because you were like, oh, whoa.
Hi, hello.
Can he see
He's
you?
gone. All right. So this whole dream is about an investigation. What is our dreamer? What is Naomi looking for clarity in? I feel like if you're doing an investigation in a dream, it's like you're searching for answers, right? Something she doesn't have all the facts to, something she's not understanding why it's working that way. What in her life has her asking questions?
I also have a question in that...
You're going to follow my question with a question?
With a question. Well, not really. A statement. You're saying, like, yes, obviously this dream is calling her to acknowledge something. But at the same time, in the dream, she wasn't the one questioning. She was the one showing Zak around. She was like the one in charge in the dream.
I'm going to get to that. You were so quick. I'm going to get to that. That's so cool that you picked that up, though, because I agree.
Okay, good.
So I'm going to start with the idea of an investigation, trying to figure out facts, needing clarity in a situation. We're in a high school.
A little high school in a little town in a little clearing.
Yes, all tiny stuff.
Tiny.
At least it's not a tiny Zak Bagans, but we started an investigation in a gym. Let's talk about a gym other than sweaty, smelly. Oh, gyms have smells.
I think from day one, gyms have smells. It's just
I don't think they're built without smells.
Brand new. It's like new car smell. They have new like
Sweat
old
smell.
Old gym smell. It's like the opposite of being good.
So gyms can represent an improvement in your life. So whether it's a life improvement, a self-improvement, something is seeking change in your life. Like you're going through some sort of transformation. Either it's physical, emotional, or perhaps mental for Naomi.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I know that's where we became friends. Was
did.
gym class.
But
And
if
it did
you're
smell.
thinking of a gym, also like say a gym with equipment, or even a high school gym, like where we had a gym that had like weightlifting equipment too.
Yeah.
But like think of all of the options. Every sport we played, every machine we use. I mean, gyms are just full of choices and like nonstop options.
Right. And I think that plays into like not having the clarity, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are we trying to figure out? It's still confusing. There's still lots of options here.
Yeah.
But then we run across this piano, which is oddly in the gym. And in the piano is a burned child, a burned baby, which is very, very disturbing.
Upsetting? Yeah.
Yes. But the way it's presented in this dream is a ritual. I see it.
Yeah.
And it's very specific. So even though we're not sure what the problem might be or what clarity we need, this was very specific for Naomi.
This was her alarm bells going off.
Yes, anything that has to do with children. Yeah. And why do we see rituals in dreams? It's a sacrifice in this, because it seems like the baby was sacrificed for some reason unknown.
Right.
What needs to be let go of in order for something of the greater good?
Right.
We don't know.
Gosh, it's so confusing because it's a baby in a piano in a gym. That's like
exactly.
a symbol upon a symbol upon a symbol, and who the heck knows what's...
But that's the point. Like it doesn't fit. It's very buried. And maybe that's where she's not finding the clarity, is because this symbol is so buried in her dream.
Yes.
But what's ritualistic? What is she seeing that's repetitive, or she feels she needs to cleanse in a way? We then
With
get
her
to
rosemary, herbs, and seasoning salt.
Oh, yeah. Just sprinkle the Lowry's around.
The Lowry's. That baby's going to taste good.
Oh, no, Zach. Don't eat the baby. Let's get into the possession of Zak Bagans, because that's kind of, I think, the exciting part. Well, that sounds bad. Not exciting. Interesting part.
I get it. Yeah.
We talk about spirits and demons. I feel that, like you mentioned earlier, and here's the point I'm going to get to, is Zak is someone that you see as an expert in the field. Like, you're going on an investigation with the top paranormal expert, so to say, and he's the one who gets possessed and needs help, which leads me to believe that this problem is not a problem with Naomi. It's a problem that she is seeing externally in someone that she cares about.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But she's struggling with it because it's obviously someone she cares about greatly and cares about their well-being.
Yeah. It's someone that she sees as strong, knowledgeable, someone who shouldn't need help, but right now needs help.
Yep.
And that's always hard, I think. It's always hard to put yourself out there and help someone who maybe doesn't want it, maybe doesn't recognize they need it.
That is always a tough one.
When Zak gets possessed, we're at ground zero. Wood's ground zero. Don't like Wood's ground zero.
I don't like any ground zero.
Nope.
It's not good.
And we've talked about woods before, but woods are very disorientating, not knowing which direction to go. And in this instance, it's almost like you're facing your fears. You are going to this location knowing already it's bad.
But I will give it credit that this is the first dream about woods in the last 3 episodes that doesn't have a rattlesnake in it.
Oh, good point. Phew. Thank God.
Woo-hoo.
Just possessive demons.
No rattlesnakes.
No.
Giant or otherwise.
But it's like the mysteries of the woods still exist.
Yeah.
There's hidden aspects of this life. And maybe Naomi's feeling whoever she needs to help is kind of hiding their problem a little bit. They're not being very clear with what they need help with. Naomi eventually decides she needs to help Zak. She's yelling from the car, Zak, get your fucking ass in the fucking car.
He's not listening because he's possessed.
He's possessed. Like, he is. And the interesting part of this dream, I believe, is like it starts snowing. And that's the point when Zak realizes it's time to go.
Yeah, and where did this take place?
In the woods.
Did it say?
No.
I mean...
In the snowy, enchanted woods, Brooke, without rattlesnakes.
Yeah, of course. I forgot. Some tiny little enchanted town.
Naomi mentioned she's from Chicago, so I'm not sure if it's like a Chicago-based woods or I picture it more in the northeast or northwest.
Wow. Okay.
But snow. What does snow? Why did that change the dream? Snow can represent a fresh start.
Yep.
A new beginning. It can represent clarity, which is something we didn't have earlier in the dream. So I feel like once she addresses this problem she's seeing with someone she cares about, is going to be a fresh start of the relationship.
Oh, I love that. I love that idea.
Because sometimes the people don't ask for help when they need it. And sometimes you'd have to be the one to say, get in the fucking car, Zak.
Can I shovel your walk for you?
Can we just leave this possessed area and talk about the burnt baby?
Out. Talk about the burnt baby.
But I just want to go back to one more symbol, and that's the idea that this dream started in a high school. High school has options, and it's about learning new skills or understanding what to do next in your life or career. So the fact that this dream started in a high school, I feel Naomi needs to recognize that maybe she needs to learn new skills in order to address this problem she's seeing with someone she loves.
Maybe backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
Take a few steps back, look at it from a different perspective, and like you said, gain some new skills on how to help whoever needs this help in her life.
In the end, Zak isn't possessed anymore. He's going to put that burn baby in his museum in Las Vegas. We're all going to go spend $29.95 to see it. But we know Naomi got through this problem. She got him through this problem. And I think if Naomi puts herself out there to help someone she loves, it's going to be beneficial.
I think so, too. I think she's got a good heart. She just needs to figure out how to direct it.
Is it the hardest part?
Place. It is the hardest part.
Telling someone that something's off. Like you need, it's the hardest part of being a friend or being a loved one.
It is. It absolutely is, because, it's always don't kill the messenger, but it's always hardest when you hear the truth from someone you love.
Always.
But that's what is needed from a loved one.
Absolutely. Thanks, Naomi, for sharing your dream. I loved it.
Yay.
And Zak, let us know your dream.
Hurry it up, too. We want to hear from you ASAP before we go to Vegas.
Can we get it like Thursday by 2?
Yeah, Thursday by 2 would be great.
Thank you.
And as soon as we get it, we're going to come to your museum and spend our $29.95, whatever it costs, to see your burnt babies.
Oh, God. I mean, if anyone's going to have burnt babies in a museum, it would be Zak Bagans.
It's going to be...
Because he's got those dolls. Those
He's got those dolls. I know. I've seen pictures of his museum, and and he doesn't like dolls. Dolls is one of his huge fears. When they went to that island in Mexico of all those that haunted island where it's just all dolls.
Episode. Okay.
Oh God,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Wowza.
Thank you.
Well, let's lighten up the mood a little bit, Brooke. It's time for question of the week.
Gosh dang it, Mindy! Why'd you say lighten up the mood? I have a dark one for.
Oh,
a dark one for us this week.
Okay. Let me just prepare. Let me have a sip of my wine.
Okay, this is a tough one, Mindy.
Ready, I think.
Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
That is hard.
Just think, if you're going to die by a car crash, why be healthy? Live up your life.
That's an excellent point. I am eating all the fried chicken.
Yes. No more Peloton for you, Mindy.
That's right. Peloton's out the window. Just going to gorge. How or when? I think I would. Here's a quick answer, because I don't want to overanalyze it today.
Yeah.
When? I would like to get my affairs in order. Mm-hmm. I would like to make sure my kids are taken care of. I would live absolutely every day to the fullest until that point. And maybe hopefully be 94. But if it's tomorrow, I'm still going to live my life to the fullest. So I'm definitely going when. Because in the end, what does it matter how? You're still dead.
I'm going how, Mindy?
You're going how?
I'm going how.
Oh, why am I? Okay.
I mean, I've done some things in my life. I've lived some adventures, and I feel like it's great. And not that I would be happy if I died tomorrow, but
I wouldn't be.
No, I'm just saying that
sad.
I would. No, I'd be sad too. But that
would be the end of the podcast, and that when Mindy starts her. Why do we say that podcast?
Starts her solo project. I guess I would want to prepare myself. Let's say it's a shark attack.
But you can't stop how it's. You're still gonna do it. You're still gonna die.
I know, but I'd want to be at least I know it's going to be awful, or at least I know I'm gonna die peacefully in my sleep, or at least I know, I don't know, I would comfort myself somehow of like, or at least I know I'll go quickly, or I will.
But what if it's like a car crash and then every day you're living your life like, is today the day I'm in a car and I die in a car crash? Is tomorrow the day I'm going to die? Like every time you get in a car, when you worry about it.
That's every day of your life, no matter what.
I mean, it's different because I'm a mom and I want to make sure things are taken care of and not like you're
will.
Yeah, good. Yes. But it's still like, I don't know. Interesting.
No,
Well,
I get it.
We're going to chalk that one up to disagree.
Disagree to disagree.
Bestie, if you want to chime in on this conversation, make sure you join our Facebook group because every week we post our question of the week. Search for REMelations Besties on Facebook and chime in. Let us know what you think. Are you a Mindy or a Brooke this week?
Join the combo.
I really don't like your answer.
You are upset. I can see
I am.
it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it bothers me so much. Okay.
I if it's going to be something horrible, I want to mentally prepare myself for that, to know eventually sometime it's going to happen. But like you said, same reason though, live your life to the fullest.
Always.
Until that happens. But I know that.
Wouldn't it be great if you just decided, if you just learned it's like old age?
Great.
You just
but
keep
what's old
life?
age? What is the signifier of old age?
Natural causes, say that. Yeah.
Okay, but that could be tomorrow.
Yeah, okay,
of some.
Oh, that's why these
Mindy,
questions
this
are
is
so
a
hard.
tough one. It's a tough one.
Agreed.
Okay, how or when, people? How or when is the question.
Bestie, now it is time for our catnap segment, which is the segment where we read a bunch of listeners' dreams. Don't care if they're short, long dream stories, weird things that have happened to you. We want to read them all. Maybe you met Zak Bagans. Tell us about that experience. We want to read as much as we can and get as many of you on the show as possible.
Absolutely.
Brooke,
yes,
you
Mindy.
Go.
Mindy's bossy today.
I'm not. I water my plants. I'm relaxed. It's a relaxing thing.
I'm glad you like it. Okay. This is from G, Mindy, our Pennsylvania bestie.
G,
who has
what's up?
submitted
G.
Previously. He says, hi, y'all.
Hey, G.
I don't know if he says it like that because he's from Pennsylvania, but I say, hi, y'all. It's me, G, again with this recurring dream I've been having a lot recently. It's a touch disturbing, and I'm not sure if it's related to surgeries or my struggles with mental health. It starts with me waking with my arms and legs bound to this large, dark concrete slab of a table with a white cloth.
Nope. That gives me morgue vibes.
I don't like it, G. As I open my eyes and my vision becomes slightly more clear, I'm surrounded by these dark figures with distorted faces peering down at me. I'm not afraid, though. It's like I feel nothing. I feel bad for G. I feel like G's been through so much in his life, medically and otherwise, that, like, this is just the norm for him.
Right,
you know, like...
Right, yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. I'm just looking at these figures more out of curiosity. Then it seems within a flash, this large rusted cleaver comes down and takes my arm.
Rusted?
Rusted, too.
Why does it have to be rusty?
It's rusted.
I don't want a rusty cleaver. I want a surgically clean stainless steel cleaver.
Any cleaver, Mindy. Let alone rusty or clean.
No.
Takes his arm. Again, it's like I'm not even fazed by it. More like, okay, I think this needs to happen, so just go with it. Again, I think this is a testament to G's strength because he has gone through so much that he just powers through. He understands.
Accepting of situations.
And he is one of the strongest people, I think, just from the few short correspondences and dreams he shared, that, like, he really is a fighter.
Yep.
Then, one by one, I'm dismembered. With each limb removed, they are given to one figure that disappears with it and just comes back with the other.
I just feel like a bunch of little goblins or trolls.
Yeah, I feel like goblins.
Not normal sized people are taking his limbs. Like, I feel like little ghouls are like, oh, it's a femur.
Woohoo! And we're gonna take that back and then bring you back this.
Like Oompa Loompas.
I don't think they're that cool.
Like Oompa Loompas of dismemberment.
Oh, that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
As I lay back and stare up into the darkness, the figures raise their arms. Then I wake up. I'm not sure how many times this has happened, but it's happened several nights. And he says, oh, he's so sweet. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. It has me feeling confused. Again, I do thank you for your interpretation of my previous dream. It did open my mind and eyes to a lot, and I appreciate it.
Aww.
Keep doing what you're all doing. Looking forward to hearing more. As always, take care, and thank you for your time. Oh,
Thanks, G.
Oh,
I think you hit it earlier though. Like he has been through so much with, and Bestie, if you haven't heard previous dreams from G, he was battling with cancer. Mm-hmm. He's been through so much.
On death's door.
Absolutely. It's an acceptance of the situation. I'm curious to wonder what G's answer is to the question of the week. Honestly.
Oh, how or why? Mm-hmm. Oh, G, pipe
Please
in. Let us know.
Yeah. I just feel it's an acceptance of the situation, but it's a calm acceptance.
Like you said, he's dealt with, well, we both said like he's dealt with so much in life that he's now just like an expert of understanding certain things have to happen, comfortable or not, but you have to keep fighting.
You have to get through this part to get to the next part.
Yeah.
And it's not comfortable.
I think he is the spokesperson for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, G.
Thanks, G. All right, Brooke. Next, we have a dream from Chloe, and Chloe's from College Station, Texas.
Oh, College Station.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. I don't know what's... I'm thinking like a train station.
Whoop, choo, choo.
How do we not know how a train sounds?
I don't know.
Moving on. Chloe says, I had this dream 10 months ago, and I haven't forgotten about it.
Ooh, that's a long time.
I was in a parking garage, and there was this nice guy there with glasses, dark hair, and was pretty tan.
Was it Zak Bagans?
I don't think he's that tan.
No, but he's pretty tall, I think.
Yeah. With an amazing smile, who was showing off his car to me.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it does sound Vegas-y.
Is it a Toyota Corolla?
It's definitely not a Chrysler or Town and Country minivan that I have.
I have a Toyota Corolla.
It was a sports car that was black and red in color. I thought the car was really cool, so I got inside in the back seat of the car and was complimenting him on how nice his car was. And clean.
Wow. Clean.
Well, I mean, I don't know. How clean's your car, Brooke?
Well, Mindy, it's pretty new, so it hasn't had that much time to get too dirty yet. So it's still got that new car smell.
An 8 out of 10? A 9 out of 10?
Well, I do have some stuff in the passenger seat foot area that is in a garbage bag. Like I have it in like a Target bag. It's like mail and stuff that I just need to throw it away. So, but that's it.
I would say 9 out of 10.
Tidy. I would say 9 out of 10 at this point. Ask me in a year.
I totally will.
When the trunk is full to the point where I can't put a single thing in it.
Episode 215. Remind us to ask Brooke how our car.
Remind us what, Brooke, how's your car doing? Still a 9 out of 10? Didn't think so.
Cat hair down to a 4. Sorry.
You know what? That is the best part of this car is that when I used to live out of town, I would bring my cats here when I would come to visit. But since I live in town
you don't
now,
have to have cats in the car so much.
I don't, but
vet visits.
Vet visits and Mr. Spooky, who I took over to my parents' house last night, who Mindy, just in between our two shows, was the first time he came out all day. He's been so mad at me and so scared.
He didn't like being at your parents.
He did not. Nope, he sure didn't. But everyone loved seeing him. It was like, my mom was like, "You're the most beautiful."
I know.
Like, don't give him people
he's like
food.
the heartthrob of
he
the
is.
old
He's
house.
just we call him Baby Gorgeous.
He is gorgeous. He's like the model that is unattainable.
He is a model. Yeah.
He is. He has the attitude of like, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm hot or not.
He's like, I won't get out of bed for less than 2 bowls of food a day.
Well, going back to Chloe's dream.
Oh yeah.
This new beau, this romance guy, cool car was very clean. She gets in the back seat. Then he gets in the driver's seat and turns around smiling, holding
I don't like this.
a knife.
I knew he was going to be a creeper.
He says, "You're going to die now." And I was like, wait, please, no. But he basically shoved the knife into my neck and released it. And I saw my own blood spewing out everywhere from my neck.
Oh, my God.
I tried to talk and breathe, but I could feel my own blood getting in the way as it pooled in the back of my throat, and I tried not to inhale it.
Oh, Chloe.
When I woke up, my heart rate was fast. I sort of yelped awake, and I was face down, which is odd because I'm a back sleeper most of the time. I think
was her face in her pillow?
See, I'm wondering if it's like that
lack
sensory
of
incorporation.
Yeah, like you can't breathe and it's coming about some way in your dream. Oh, but that's terrible.
Yeah. I think I was just stressed about work at the time, but obviously I'll be careful about complimenting strangers with super nice cars from here on out.
And don't get into those super nice cars. Do not. No.
No, you need
no, ma'am.
Get into a car that's like a 4 out of 10 with cat hair. Don't get into the 9 out of 10 new car.
With just a skosh of cat hair.
Just a skosh of garbage in the passenger seat.
Yeah. It just needs to be taken out. It's in a bag, I swear.
It's easy.
Okay. So here is Callie from Cincinnati.
Not Callie from Cali?
Not Callie from Cali. And my parents have a cat named Callie.
From Cincinnati.
Yes, CC. We've got Callie from Cincinnati. All right. I was in a house that I don't recognize, but I knew these 5 women were my identical sisters. Wow, what is that?
Quintuplets?
Is that sextuplets? Is that
sextuplet?
If there's 5 sisters in her.
Sextuplets. Right.
So 6 of them.
Yeah.
We hadn't all met before, and some of them would avoid bumping into each other in the house.
That's
While
odd.
being sure they were my identical sisters, obviously you would know, these girls looked nothing like I do in real life. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if they looked all the same in the dream, but just not what she looks like in real life.
I mean, the chances of a sextuplet, identical sextuplets, has to be like 1 in
a gazillion.
Quadrillion.
Right?
Yes.
Like my cousin is married to a triplet, but his brothers are identical and he's not.
Yes, he's the one who... See, wouldn't that be weird if you were not the one that looked alike?
I know, 2 eggs. So one splits and then there's another egg on its own.
Double release like I had.
Yeah, and they don't look anything alike. It's crazy. Different heights, very different heights. Like the identical twins look alike and they're taller.
Of course.
Then
of course they do, Brooke. They're called identical for a reason.
But I'm saying you can still change over time.
Yeah, sure.
But like he's much shorter, but I like him. He's like one of my favorite additions to the family. I love that guy.
Well, that's like my twins. Aw, hi. Shout out. That's like my twins. Like, I was shocked at the fact I had twins. And I don't think I mentioned this on the podcast before, but we just must double ovulate in my family because my sister had twins 6 months prior to me having twins.
Yes.
So when my sister's twins, Tiffany's twins, were born, I knew I was pregnant, but I didn't know they were twins. I just went for my ultrasound, freaked out, realized I was also having twins. So my parents gained 2 sets of twins as grandchildren in like 9 months of each other.
Half a year. They got 4 new grandkids, 4 new granddaughters in months.
And my twins are nothing alike. They never have been alike. So, you know, my oldest twin, Marissa, is brown hair, brown eyes, athletic, tall, thin, shy personality, like just kind of more introverted, artsy. My younger twin, Ava, is blonde hair, blue eyes, outgoing, athletic, just will make friends with anyone, wants to be the center of whatever's going on. And they've always been 100% opposite. Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Next up, we have Francesca from Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
For context, I'm a 33-year-old woman. Mm-hmm. I have a 3-year-old son, and I've been married for 7 years. Okay. And this is a really obscure dream.
I love a little background first.
I was driving with my son in the car, and I noticed a man on the side of the road yelling. As I got closer, I realized he was dressed as a cop. I rolled down my passenger window, and he threw a snake in my car.
What? Rude.
As he yells,
snake was it?
As he yells, go down, go down. Like telling the snake to burrow in the car, I guess.
What?
No. I don't mind stopping for like a sobriety check, but I am not stopping for a snake check.
And you putting the snake in my car is like you planning cocaine on me. Like I don't know. I'd rather. Snake. I don't have a snake.
I'd rather have the cocaine. It's my friend's car. It's my friend's car.
It's my friend's
I don't want snakes.
car. It's his snake. I was just holding the snake for my friend.
I was still. So after the snake gets thrown into her car, I was still driving, but also freaking out. I grabbed the snake.
Stop. Pull over. Stop driving. Pull over.
Well, that's funny because she says, I grabbed the snake next to me. It was small, like wrist to elbow length. And I tried flinging it out the driver's side window. It flew back in and slithered down to the floor.
Be nice snakes, people.
No, Brooke, I am not being nice to snakes. A snake in my car, it's worth a snake in a plane. I am chucking that motherfucker out.
Mindy, it could kill it.
Not my problem.
Oh my God. What?
No.
What if it's just like a little garden snake? Mindy, I don't like snakes of any kind. I don't want to run into them, but I don't want to kill them either because they're very important to us.
Well, Francesca says.
Okay.
I was panicking, but still driving for some reason. Like you said, pull over. I don't know why. Like pull over and then gently, as Brooke would say, gently place the snake back.
There you go, Mindy.
Habitat.
That's nice. And gently release the snake.
No, I would pull over, jump out, and not go back to my car and burn it.
Mindy's like, this car can never be inhabited again.
That car is now a 1 out of 10. It is very dirty. Did you lay eggs? Goodbye.
We can't use this car anymore. Mindy, tomorrow, make sure you check under your seats for snake eggs.
Thank you. I will do. So she was driving for some reason. My son wasn't really talking or involved in this dream at all. I just knew he was there in the back seat, and I didn't want him to get hurt. In real life, when we're in the car day to day, he's constantly a gab fest, so this was odd. Still driving, because logic isn't a thing in dreams, I called 911.
I would?
The operator assured me that the man must have been pretending to be a cop, and no officer would do something like this. But she was going to help me get everything straightened out.
Thanks, 911. This is a rare treat.
I know. The 911 call did go through. As I'm talking to her, and still driving, there are tons of obstacles on the road. Like, mostly oncoming vehicles, like construction trucks.
Jesus Christ, there's a snake in the car, and she's dodging vehicles?
She's just dodging backhoes and snakes.
Like a video game.
Frogger.
It's like
Snaker.
Frogger. Oh, Snaker. Ooh, I don't like it.
I don't want that one.
Snaker. No. And all of a sudden, like a big cobra comes out. Oh.
Of course. Takes everything out. The whole lane of traffic.
Yep.
I asked the lady just to tell me where to go to get the snake removed. She kept saying really random things and not giving any real direction. I was having a hard time navigating while talking and getting really worked up. The last thing I remember is a red semi getting closer and closer until everything went black, and then I woke up.
What happened?
I feel there's obviously some kind of crazy message going on here, but so much going on, I have no idea where to start with it. I mean, it's really like the worst case scenario.
It is. It is a bad one. But we don't know what kind of snake this is. I'm not saying it's going to be a pleasant experience, but if it's if it's a non-venomous snake, just let it do its thing, baby. Let it do its thing. I know I myself would fucking freak out too, and I support snakes. So trust me, I get it.
You're a kind person.
I don't want a snake in my car. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to run it.
Pull off the road and release it.
I'm not going to go back into the car is the thing. I'm not going to handle the snake. I'm going to pull off to the side of the road, call for help, and have them relocate the snake to its natural environment. That's what I would do.
Very calm.
Yes.
Good.
But I don't think I'll be calm at all. Like I said, I'm terrified of snakes, but I appreciate them. Oh, but I am terrified of them. Okay. That's all. I have to pee like really bad, but I have a really short one, so can I read that real quick and then I'll just go pee?
Yep.
This is Hans, and he's from Hartford. I have an uncle named Hans.
Do you? Okay. Love it.
This isn't really a dream. It's just kind of like a dream question, but it's one that we've seen, but I always like to bring it up because I had one of these recently. He says, does anybody else have a very difficult time finding a bathroom in your dreams?
Yeah.
It seems like every time I try to find a bathroom, my brain short circuits and puts a crocodile there, or the bathroom is missing a door, or the toilet is missing, or even
you're in
if all
public.
goes to plan, someone else decides now would be the perfect time to start a conversation with you. I get it, Hans. Yes, that is a big common occurrence in dreams.
Yes.
And I struggle with that often.
Our bestie Gina has a lot of those dreams. She's submitted quite a few of having bathroom problems all the time.
It is. It is a big deal. I get it.
All right. To wrap up tonight, I have John, and John is from Alberta, Nope, not California, Canada. CA. Canada.
CA. Confusing. Countries instead of states.
Yeah. Alberta, Canada. I had a dream last night that I was with my parents on some sort of vacation. I went to the mirror. I realized I had I know, right?
That's never a good sign.
It's not like you see like rainbows and puppies in mirrors.
We've heard enough dreams that we know this isn't going to be good.
Yep. I realized I had discharge crusting in my left eye. It was partially shut and my eye looked really red. I have suffered from pink eye or corneal abrasions before in my real life, so my dream me was like, oh no, this again?
Oh, Jesus. It shouldn't be that easy. Mindy, guess what?
Have you ever had a corneal abrasion?
The one and only time I ever had pink eye, I was at your house. Do you remember this?
I do, yes.
I was leaving the next morning after a sleepover. I didn't get it from you or your house, but I got it
for
from
clarifying.
Yes, well, yes, but I don't know where I got it. Yes. But I remember I was getting ready to leave. I think I was old enough that I was driving myself at the time. I remember in that little bathroom in between your living room and like, what would you call that other room? Family room, living room, the bathroom. It had doors on both sides.
Wait, is this house the old house? Like my other house?
You're growing up.
Oh, I had no idea you were talking about that long ago.
Yeah, this is the only time ever.
Yes.
It was in high school. And
yes, I had there was a little powder room between like the TV room, what we call the TV room, and the living room. Like under the stairs, tiny bathroom.
There was a door on each side. But I remember we always slept in like the TV room, I feel like.
Yeah.
And so I remember getting ready to leave in the morning, and I went to put my contacts in, and I think I like fell to the ground. I've never felt so much pain in my life, and I had no idea what was wrong. And I had pink eye when I tried to put my contact in. It just like exploded with pain. And I had no idea what was going on, and it sucked.
Anything with the eyes is awfully painful, I feel.
I agree. And also you can't ignore it. It's one of those things like if something's
your eyes
wrong,
are constantly moving and it's constantly irritating it more. I had like a corneal abrasion, I don't know, probably like 10 years ago. And it was, other than childbirth, it was like one of the most painful things I had to deal with.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
Like I couldn't open, like I almost wanted to put like an eye patch on like a pirate and just, because it hurt so
Mindy?
bad. I didn't want it to move or anything.
Let me tell you what I did when I had, this wasn't pink eye. I didn't know it was a corneal abrasion. I just knew something was wrong with one of my eyes. And I went to the doctor and it hurt so bad. And I couldn't focus on anything because of this left eye. I fucking put a Post-it because I was at work. I put a Post-it over my left eye because I'm like, I can't handle this thing going crazy all day.
God, I wish I had a picture of that. I so wish I did at the time before selfies.
I'm like, I can't focus on this.
No.
I can't.
And I wear contacts normally. So like I had to wear like my glasses for 2 weeks and like, which just throws you off when you're used to wearing contacts.
Yeah.
Not
That's
good.
true.
Well, this ain't good for John because the next thing he says, I started to remove the crusting from my eye. As I did, my skin started to peel away too. As I forced my eye open more, it caused more damage. By the time I was done, I could see all the underlying connective tissues of my face and eye on that side. My ear was barely hanging on,
God.
being peeled away with the skin.
Oh,
I could tell the tissues under my eye were also diseased and dying, which was concerning, but I wasn't scared.
oh, I would be.
This is time to be scared. It's time to be concerned and scared. Parts had already begun to decay, and I had the thought of, how did it get this bad? I want to mention
really
that my
fast.
he's like woke up and like his eyeball falls out.
Oops, let me see if I can just pop that back in there.
I want to mention that my vision in both of my eyes was never impacted, however. Even though I was looking at myself in the mirror initially, my vision was clear and not as if I only had one eye open.
Okay.
I absolutely had no pain during this. My parents came into the room shortly after, and I asked my mom what she thought. She told me, it didn't look that bad, and I would be just fine. I remember thinking, really? This doesn't look that bad to you? And
my
then I woke up.
flesh is peeling off of my body. My ears are
eyeball is
falling.
hanging by sinew.
My
And my
eyes and ears are just hanging by a thread.
Oh, I don't like it, John. I don't like it at all.
John.
And I don't like how dismissive your mom was either.
Yeah, that's not right. Your mom should
John
have been
needs
like,
to go to the ophthalmologist.
ER.
Or
the
ER. The emergency ophthalmologist department, please.
He's got rotting flesh and eyeballs hanging out. And
Ouch.
parts falling off. Yeah, ouch.
It's not good. It's not good. At least he wasn't in pain, though. I think that's the interesting part of the dream.
That is.
Like, it was odd, but I didn't feel any pain.
No pain. No pain.
Well, that was disgusting, of course. But, Bestie, if you have a disgusting dream, we want to know about it. But we also want you to tell someone about the show. You can tell your favorite ophthalmologist. Just tell them at the next appointment to put that eyeball back in place. Clear the crusties and listen to the show. You can tell your sextuplet siblings, because that's 6 listens. That's 6 new listeners. That would be amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Number
you
1
can-
score. If you are a multiple, please tell all your
Please.
twins or siblings.
Or you can tell that strange date that showed you his cool car about the podcast.
Cool, clean car.
Just don't get in the back seat.
No,
Don't do that.
please. There's knives. There's knives involved.
Just tell one person about the show, Bessie. That's how we grow. That's how we keep coming back each and every week. And doing this funness for you is by you sharing and this show growing. So just tell one person.
Yay.
Or 6.
All right, Bestie. I've got a topic. And it's kind of a conversational topic because I'd like to know
Wonderful.
what people's thoughts are on this. And I must let me just say, this wasn't the topic I was going for. It just kind of happened upon my lap. But I will go into happened upon that sounds dirty. I will go into the topic that I wanted to discuss, but it is in much further detail. So that will come along eventually. Okay. This topic, I'm just going to be reading one article because it kind of summed up the whole kind of idea of it. It's titled Alien Abduction Stories Come from Lucid Dreaming Study Hints.
Oh my God. Zak Bagans, come back. Come back, Zak.
Zachy.
I know he's more in the ghosty realm. We need Mulder and Scully here for this one, but okay.
Which
I'm ready for
I'll take it.
I'm so ready for
I'll take it, Mindy.
I mean, we don't even know where Samantha went. We still don't know.
Still don't know. Although she's gone.
She's gone.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Spooky, but that you lost your sister, but God bless you, and I hope you find her someday. Fox. Mr. Mulder.
It's Mr. Mulder.
Okay.
My mind.
I think we're going to have similar opinions on this, but let's just... Okay. It's an interesting thing to examine.
Let's do it.
People have described bizarre extraterrestrial encounters that take place in a dreamlike state. So lucid dreaming, which we know is in which people are partially aware and can control their dreams during sleep, could explain so-called alien abduction stories, this study suggests.
Okay.
Okay. I want to just start out too. Let's just say I think Mindy and I are both believers. You a believer? Or we want to believe?
We want to believe.
So this is an interesting kind of, it's not my point of view, but I think it could explain some things.
Okay.
I believe in other things as well, but let's get into it. Claims of such abductions date to the 19th century. The circumstances of the kidnappings often sound dreamlike and trigger feelings of terror and paralysis. Certain dream states are also known to produce such feelings. So leading Russian researchers wondered if dream experiments could provide clues about alleged extraterrestrial encounters. The scientists prompted lucid dreamers to dream about encounters with aliens or identified flying objects and found that a number of sleepers reported dreams that resembled actual descriptions of alleged alien abductions. So just being able to dream lucidly, these people, given that small suggestion, try to dream about aliens.
Yes.
And a lot of them did. So
I
during
would love to lay down at night and be like,
let me dream of Jensen Ackles. I saw a t-shirt once that said, my ideal weight is Jensen Ackles on top of me.
My ideal dream would be Fox Mulder helping me discover a new alien species.
I love it. During lucid dreams, sleepers are aware they are dreaming and then can use that awareness to manipulate what happens in the dream, which I think we both have always found it fascinating. And I think you've been able to dream lucidly a time or two.
I'm not great at it. The one time I did do it, and I think I talked about it on the podcast, is like when you're supposed to look at a clock or ask someone what's going on.
Yeah.
Or look at your hands, and my fingers were buildings instead of fingers. And I think that's and I never really got beyond that. But
that's still pretty cool, Mindy. That's still pretty cool.
When you have building fingers, it is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
It's something I think I need to work on, and I would love to.
I think you could develop that. I think you could develop the ability to do that. That should be your retirement goal.
I agree. Sell the house, buy a condo in Florida, and
buy a boat.
Lucid dream.
And just dream lucidly on a sailboat.
Yeah, more than buildings on fingers, though. I want to be able to fly and find aliens.
Yes. Okay. Well, those are two goals. We'll put them on your goal sheet. Your bucket list.
I got it. Can you pull up the spreadsheet, Brooke?
Yes. Let me pull up the spreadsheet of Mindy's goals.
Thank you.
So about 55% of people experience lucid dreaming once or more in their lifetimes, which I think is crazy. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And 23% have lucid dreams at least once a month. So that's
a lot.
That's still a lot, I feel like. Recently, researchers with the Phase Research Center, PRC, it's a private facility in Moscow that researches lucid dreaming. They conducted experiments with 152 adults who self-identified as lucid dreamers, instructing them to find
field trip
to Moscow.
Field trip at lunch.
Well, let's not go to Moscow right now. I would like to go to Moscow, but let's not go right now.
No.
I'm not in. I don't want to go anytime soon. What we were kind of saying is they were instructed to kind of find or summon aliens or UFOs during a lucid dream.
Cool.
And the researchers found that, so this is 114 of the 152. Okay. 114 of the participants reported dreaming about having some type of successful interaction with an extraterrestrial.
Interesting.
Of those, about 61% described meeting aliens that resembled extraterrestrial from like science fiction novels and films.
Like the big head.
Yeah,
big
or
eyes.
little green men or big tall grays.
Little bodies, big heads. Okay.
Yep. But while 19% met aliens that looked like ordinary people, according to the study.
Oh, I find that
fascinating
so interesting. Okay, yes.
Isn't it? But I just find it very interesting that the majority of the people in the study were able to like have some kind of contact, but what kind of contact that was, what you expect to see, like it says in sci-fi, or that just look like ordinary people. And I wonder if there's a difference and if any of this was real. Like, can you call actual alien life forms into your dream?
That brings up a good question do you think aliens look like TV sci-fi aliens, or do you think they look like humans and they're living among us?
I think they look like what we see in sci-fi, only because I've heard so many, I don't know, I'm just a believer. I've heard so many different podcasts with people, like there's like with reptile people, and then there's the talls, and then there's this hierarchy of aliens that is just known to be out there, and I just believe it. I believe it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't picture them as human. I think that they'd be like almost like dimensional, like they're not even things you can see because they live in a different dimension or plane. Maybe
telepathic communication or something like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like, could we even see them if we wanted to? I don't know.
I know. Very interesting stuff, right? Which is funny because one female participant spoke of seeing little men with blue skin, oversized heads, and huge bulging eyes. When the aliens invited her into their spaceship, she said, "I was blinded by a very bright light, like from a searchlight." She said, "My vision was gone and I felt dizzy and light." Another participant said that he dreamed he was lying in his bed when he felt as though he were being dragged somewhere. Ended up in a room with white silhouette that reached into his chest and started doing
leave my cavities alone
with tools.
Nope. Do not.
I don't care if it's my chest or any other cavity. Stay away. They're not for you.
Don't want it. Nope.
Nor anyone else. Conversations with dream aliens took place in 26% of the encounters. Okay. And 12% of the participants spoke with aliens in their dreams and interacted with them physically. Nice. UFOs showed up in 28% of the meetings, and 10% of the dreamers who saw UFOs described being brought inside an extraterrestrial spacecraft.
Oh my God. I love this topic. I just gotta say, I am fascinated by this study. I want to know more.
I want to participate. When I please you.
Teacher, A+. I want to know, because you get science. You're getting sciencey with an experiment here.
I'm getting sciencey, and I know that's your territory. That's your territory. I'm getting you excited. Of those who describe, okay, we're almost done. I'm not going to just keep spitting numbers out at you, but they're fascinating numbers because
please, I love numbers.
Okay. Of those who describe their encounters as realistic, 24% also experience sleep paralysis and intense fear. Such emotions often accompany reports of supposed alien abductions. And though individuals who describe being kidnapped by aliens might truly believe that what they have experienced was real, these people were likely experiencing an extraterrestrial meeting while in a lucid dream. That's what the study authors report. Okay, so this is just the author's opinion.
I find it interesting because, I mean, who doesn't question those who have had extraterrestrial experiences? Was it a dream? Like, and I'm curious, sidebar, how did you come across this? Because I've like Googled, like, I've always wanted to like do a topic like this, like aliens and dreams and stuff like that. How did you come across this topic, this article?
Okay, I wanted to do a topic, and this is what I was kind of talking about earlier, is that the topic I really wanted to discuss is the phenomenon of aliens communicating to people through their dreams. And then when I started doing research on it, I found this particular article, and I'm like, well, this is interesting because it's a actual scientific study, but it's not necessarily where I wanted to dig into, which I will dig into eventually. But like, it fascinated me, so I'm like, pause on that. And this article just came about during my research, and I'm like,
love it. Jealous.
Yeah, so I'm very interested.
Jealous you found this topic before I did. Damn it.
So feelings of paralysis, fear, and helplessness in vivid dreams can be so powerful that they blur that line between dreams and reality. So it's no wonder that people who may have unknowingly been dreaming instead insist that they actually met with the aliens who stole them away and brought them into their UFO. And this is, again, what the researchers, this is their point of view and what the study, what they have come across. But for those unknowing dreamers, abductions are real. They just don't know how to explain it. So this, and that's all I've got on this. But like, wow, right?
No,
like
so
it
great.
just makes you wonder, because I do believe in aliens. I do believe in extraterrestrials, but I believe that a lot of it could be this too.
Right? It is. Like, it's exactly how you tie it together. Are these people crazy, or was it a dream? I mean, that's
right.
Because typically it happens at night when do you get abducted? It's not 7:00 in the morning as you're getting your coffee.
No,
it is.
No,
and
it's
why
not from
is
the
that?
Grocery store. It's from your bed. It always seems like it's from your bed. Like you rise above your bed and then you float out the window into a.
Right. So I mean, playing the skeptic here, even though I am a believer in multi-dimensions and
Scully,
different things. Okay, well. Why would it only happen at night? Why are we not being abducted in the middle of a workday when I'm bored out of my ass or doing my bills or
well, you don't want
my plant?
Your ass involved in this. Let me tell you that much.
But there's always been a tie to encounters and sleep. So, and then tying it to lucid
or at least, like you said, or at least at night. It's always at night, right? Yeah. So are people dreaming? Or is this really happening? Or both?
And maybe are these more intelligent beings finding it that's the most vulnerable time to communicate with us, because it is the thinnest veil is when you're sleeping between consciousness and unconsciousness. Your body's paralyzed, yet your mind is not. So did they find the perfect time? And is that why it's at night? Because they found the perfect time.
They're smarter than us, Mindy. We just have to realize they're smarter than us. They figure that shit out. I think this shit is happening. I think people are dreaming about it, especially if they are given the hint to dream about it. You know, just try to dream or try to reach out.
I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to try to dream of aliens tonight.
Mindy,
I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to say aliens, 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 Mulder,
Say
Hot Mulder.
say
David
communication. Talk to me, aliens. Talk to me, aliens.
See what's going to happen. You never know.
I'll
I'll report back next week.
We'll find out next week. Well, we'll see if we're back next week. Mindy might be gone.
I might be.
She might be abducted.
I might be probed.
She might be abducted.
And then Brooke's going to have to do the why do we say this podcast?
I'll be like, well, I already TM'd it because I stole the idea from Mindy.
She did.
I stole her envelope. Her sealed envelope.
Damn it.
She did. No one knows.
Damn. Okay, well.
And then you come back like 20 years later and you're still the same age. And like I'm 20 years older.
Ooh, I'd like that. I like that idea. I mean, actually, can I be like 20 years young? Well, no, that was a bad time in my life.
No.
Can I look 20 years younger yet have the intelligence of how I am
You
now?
got it, girl. Whatever you want,
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Wow. Fun topic, though. I love it. I can't wait for us to dig more into that.
Yes. Like I said, I want to dig so much more into it, but it's going to be a bigger topic than I was ready to share today.
Of course. Can I share with you now that we're speaking of weird alien looking things? Does my face look fat to you?
No,
Do
it
I
looks
have like any...
just exactly the same.
Good.
Do you feel like you're puffed out? You feel like you're puffy?
I feel like I'm not too puffy. Not so bad.
Mindy had some wisdom teeth removed.
I know. I'm so wise. I'm 40 years old. 40. Well, I'll say 40. So I'm 40 something years old, and I finally got my wisdom teeth pulled. But let me just say, because I don't like dentists make me feel anxious. I'm sure I am with 90% of Americans or people, but
yeah, I don't think you're alone here.
I've been putting this off for a long, long time.
Probably for 30 years, it sounds like.
Yeah, I know. But I finally got my wisdom teeth pulled as an adult, and I was terrified, but I did it.
Were you completely under or like Twilight?
Well, I have a good story to share because when I had a consultation, I went to one oral surgeon, and he's like, well, we're just going to do local anesthesia. It's not bad. It's not going to be like anything. And I'm like, oh, no. I don't want to be awake.
I am out or I am out.
And so that surgeon was out of my list. And I went to a different surgeon for a consultation that had excellent Google reviews. Like we're talking 1,000 reviews, and he's like 4.999. Like everyone was raving about this guy.
Okay.
So I'm like,
I'm in. Yeah.
I'm going to go this guy. So I go to this dentist, and he's like, it's not extremely complicated, but if you want to be put out, I'll put you out. I'm like, yes, please. I don't want to be awake. I just want to not worry about it because it's causing me anxiety just being here talking about it. And
you're like, will you put me out now during this consultation? Like, I can't even handle this.
Yeah, exactly. The conversation's making me anxious. But he was really cool. And I'm like, well, I've never been like sedated before. And he's like, never? I was like, wait, is it odd for a 40-some-year-old to never have gone under anesthesia?
I think so.
And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I had all my kids natural. It was just with like
epidural.
An epidural. But I'm like, I've never had anything. I've never been put out for any reason in my life. So now I'm adding my anxiety has gone like an extra level.
Through the roof.
Now I'm like, what if I die because I'm going to be put out, but I can't stay awake because I'm going to be anxious?
Oh, God, Mindy. It's a relentless cycle. It
is. And so they must have noted in my file that I was anxious about it. So then they called my drugs in ahead of time. They give you like antibiotics, pain relievers, and they also sent a prescription in for like a sleep medication. So I'm like, interesting.
What kind? Do you have any left?
So I do. Let me tell you the story. So I had looked it up. It starts with a T. I don't even know the name of it.
Trazodone?
Then, sure.
Is it trazodone?
Could be. Are you familiar?
Okay. Well, I took a trazodone once or twice, and it gave me like super bad nightmares. So I'm like, no.
Oh,
this isn't going to be a good sleep medication for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's used to treat insomnia.
It's like a depression. I thought trazodone well, and maybe this isn't trazodone, but I thought it was like an anti-anxiety or depression medication that also helped with insomnia.
I think so.
But maybe
I think it's like anxiety and insomnia. It could be that. So according to my instructions, I was supposed to take 4 of these pills an hour before my appointment.
Oh my God. So was that what was knocking you out? Or were they giving you like an IV?
So this is crazy. So I'm getting ready to go. Mark's like taking me there and staying there and driving me home and all of that. I take the medicine. I take 4 pills. And it says like it'll take an hour typically to kick in, which was like perfect. But 15 minutes, I felt so drunk. I was walking down like our stairs. And I'm like, holy shit, like the whole room is spinning.
You're like, this didn't take an hour.
Great. This is taking 15 minutes.
Well, maybe if you take 4 of them, that's what happens.
So Mark's like, I kept telling you it was time to go, and you were like zoning out. Like, I'm like, Mindy, we need to go to the dentist. Like, you are like, get in the car. So I get in the car. On the way to the oral surgeon, we decided to stop at the grocery store to get some soup because that's all I can eat, right?
Why couldn't he do that while you were in surgery?
Because I told him not to leave because I was so worried about dying after. Here's anxiety.
I was so worried when you're high as a kite.
I was so worried I wouldn't wake up from the anesthesia. I told him he couldn't leave the dentist office. Like, because they like, we can call him when you're done. I'm like, no, you're not leaving. You are staying in that fucking waiting room waiting for me because in case I die, I want you there. I know it's anxiety.
I get it.
We go to the Jewel, or if you're from Chicago, the Jewels. You go to the Jewels. He runs inside to get my soup before my appointment. I don't remember any of this. I do not remember any of this at all.
You're like blackout drunk on pills.
I'm like blackout drunk on sleeping pills. I'm like, good thing I didn't wander off because I could have easily been gone. We get to the oral surgeons. Mark's like, you couldn't even sign the waivers. Like, I had to sign them for you. You were so fucking gone. I was like, why did they tell me to take 4 pills then?
Did you look at your instruction?
I did.
Wrong.
I made sure it was right. And I later looked up, like, that's the maximum you should take per day because it can slow your breathing and cause death. You're a small
gal, Mindy. Maybe you should have only taken 2 or 3.
I should have only taken 2. 'Cause I don't remember. The only thing I remember then is laying down in the dentist chair and then putting like a warm blanket on me. And that's it. Like, I don't remember them putting the IV in.
They didn't give you an
remember.
IV or anything? No? Wow.
No, they gave me the IV, but I don't even remember them putting it in.
But you just don't remember it. Wow.
I don't remember.
Who's your dentist? I need to go to this dentist.
The next thing I remember, I wake up in our house.
What?
Yes.
You went through the whole release process and the ride home?
I remember it. I could have. It was like the perfect roofie drug. Mark goes, I'm like, how did I even get out of the car? He's like, I don't know. You were throwing your gauze out. I had to help you up the stairs. I like woke up in our bed, confused as hell.
Were you like, did I miss my surgery? Like what?
And 3 less teeth.
Mindy.
I mean,
You're gonna make me pee my pants. Like I really might.
It was the craziest experience. I mean, I'm glad it's done. I did it.
Yes, Avi.
But I don't know. It was a little hardcore for me.
Okay, so Mindy, let me just tell you this. Number 1, you don't look puffy. You look gorge. Doesn't look like you had anything done, so you're fine.
Thank you.
Number 2, I can't believe after having 4 children, you getting your wisdom teeth out was so traumatic for you.
It's true.
It just blows my mind. I'm like, no. You've had twins and other births. Human beings coming out of your vagina, and you're like,
yes,
freaking out about
this
your
was more
wisdom.
Nerve-wracking. Yeah,
I don't know how that's possible, but God bless you, and God bless you for being the world's best mom.
I have 2 pills left, so if we're ever looking for a good time, I know how to have it.
We're gonna pop those pills.
Like insane. And then it's funny because my sister Kelly called me. Because she wanted, like, she's, like, wedding planning now. And so like she calls me and I don't think I meant to answer, but I must have hit the button. And she's like, I couldn't even understand what you were saying. Like, well,
it's really funny, especially with siblings, because I've told you about the conservationist show that I've been watching on YouTube, and he got
my God, yes.
bitten. He got bitten by one of his crocodiles.
And wait, so you gotta start this back. We gotta tell our besties about your new obsession.
Okay, this is my new obsession. It's a channel on YouTube. It's called Chandler's Wildlife. And he is an animal conservationist. I love him. He's got the passion of Steve Irwin, who is his mentor. Oh my God, Mindy, there's new otter footage. You have to see. There's new camel footage.
They sleep in rafts, Brooke.
They hold on to each other so they don't float away from each other. This otter that he has rescued, it is like a baby. It just sleeps on his neck and goes.
I should have held someone's hand when I was sleeping because I don't know what the fuck was. I drifted really far.
Well, he got bitten by one of his crocodiles named Miss Toothy. So she lived up to her reputation. But on the way home from the hospital, his brother picked him up. And I wish everyone could see how they are when they're coming out of like anesthesia, because his brother is driving him home and he's just like screaming and saying all this stuff, and then his brother is just shaking his head as he's driving. And I'm like, I feel like this is what my brother would do if he were driving me home from something. Like, he would just be shaking his head because I'm sure I was saying crazy shit. But it's just funny to see like what comes out of you, you know, like when you're under anesthesia or what have you.
Well, it's funny because you can see those videos on like TikTok or whatever, like people coming out from their wisdom teeth. I told Mark, you better not fucking record me. I will kill you. I don't, like, my kids had their wisdom teeth out. I did not want to see, I don't like seeing people incapacitated. Like, it really, really bothers me. So I said, don't take videos of me. I don't want to see myself incapacitated in any way. And he respected that. Like, of course. Like, he's like, and later I asked him, like, did I say anything funny? Or he's like, no, you were just fucking out. He's like, you were zonked to the wall.
I'm the opposite. I'd be like, you film every second of this because I want to see
so different. No.
But I never had, even with like my tonsils out and no surgery, other surgeries, LASIK, what have you, like, no. No one's ever filmed me, and I've always been. But let me tell you with LASIK, just real quick, side note, because it's your fucking eyes, right?
Yes, we're just talking about eyes falling out. Yes.
What they give you is a prescription. They don't put you out. They give you drops. They numb your eyes. You don't feel anything. You feel pressure. I'm still a 100% advocate for LASIK. It's the best thing I ever did. But to prepare, like they told you, take 4 of these pills. I went to the pharmacist, picked up the prescription they gave me. It was literally 2 Vicodin. I picked up a prescription that had 2 pills in the bottle. That's all it was. And they're like, take 1 when you come and take 1 as soon as you get home. I'm like, what the fuck is 2 Vicodin gonna do for me? Like, are you serious? Like, knock me out, please.
Well, you know, anesthesia, fun, getting knocked out. It's been a crazy episode.
Yep. And it's going to get even crazier as it goes, which is why we love what we do. All right, Bestie, until next week, watch out for those aliens when you're lucid dreaming, and sweet dreams, bitches. We did it.
Okay.
2.
I've got
2.
Wow. I'm exhausted.
Now, when you go upstairs, be like, hey, babe, I saw you outside with your shirt off earlier. Hachi machi.
Nice try.